This crockpot recipe is a great one for dinner. Hey guys, if you are new, my name is Vanessa, and every Monday and Friday for the month of October, I'm going to be sharing a new crockpot recipe with you guys. So if you missed last Friday's, I will have it linked down below. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just create a playlist that is Croctober 2020, so you guys can have them all in one spot if you have missed any. But this is episode number 2, and we are going to make some pork chops in our crockpot for dinner. So if you guys are new, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every single time I post a crockpot video, because you're definitely going to want to stick around. So let's go ahead and get right into our dinner recipe, and then I will meet you right back here. All right, today we're gonna make some home style crockpot pork chops. I've got 6 chops here, and then this is all that I'm going to be using. I am going to make some mashed potatoes and then a big side salad. I'll show you our plate setup after it is all and done, but as far as the crockpot, we're just going to be cooking the pork chops and then a gravy that goes along with it. So I'm going to need flour, garlic powder, salt, any kind of dry mustard. I haven't been purchasing dry mustard because I have this fiery honey mustard from Trader Joe's and I really like it. So I'm going to be using that. A little bit of oil because I am going to be browning my pork chops first. So I needed that. And then you can use chicken broth. I just have this chicken flavor bouillon and I will be adding this to some water and using that as my chicken broth. But that is it, super simple. So let's go ahead and mix up some of our dry ingredients and get our pork chops browning on the stovetop. Okay, in my bowl, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of flour, then 1.5-ish of the mustard. Oh, and that was teaspoons, by the way, 1.5 teaspoons. Then 1/2 teaspoon of salt and about 1/2 teaspoon of the garlic powder. And we're just going to whisk that up so all the dry ingredients are well combined. Okay, now that I've got my dry ingredients mixed together, I put a little oil in my pan. I'm going to preheat it a little bit. I'm gonna wait until my oil gets nice and hot. Okay, and now I'm going to take my pork chops and I'm just going to lightly coat them in the mixture here and get them in my pan.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing.
All right, I'm going to save the rest of this. Don't toss it. We're going to use that for the gravy. And now I'm just going to cook my pork chops for about 4 minutes on each side. Now, yes, my pan is very crowded, but I'm not trying to cook them fully. If I was using this as my method of cooking them for dinner, I would probably do 3 or 4 at a time. But since I'm putting these into the crock pot, I went ahead and crowded them all in there. I'm just trying to give them a nice browning on each side. So again, 4 minutes on each side, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay, I just flipped my pork chops. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our crock pot ready. So first I am gonna go ahead and spray it generously. You could use a bag. I do not have any right now. Okay, and then with my remaining flour mixture, I've got you could use a 10.5 ounce can of broth. This is probably just under 11 ounces since I used the granules, but I'm going to pour my chicken broth into my flour mixture, and this is going to be my gravy. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this up so everything is nice and combined. Okay, I forgot to press the record button, but I poured my sauce into the crock pot. Once your pork chops are nice and browned on both sides, go ahead and add them on top of the sauce in your crock pot.
Matters, stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in
right, then we're just going to get our cover on. Now I'm gonna get my crock pot onto high, and I'm only gonna cook it for about 2.5 hours. Okay guys, dinner is served. I said I was going to show you guys everything we had, so it wasn't just the pork chops, but to be honest, this is actually the next night. So my pork chops are in a dish because I had to reheat them up. Last night we had somebody come over and it was a little later than we thought, so we pushed off our crock pot dinner for tonight because nothing else was ready, and we just picked up dinner from a local restaurant. So this is actually the next night, so they're not in the crock pot anymore, but they're still gonna be delicious. And I'm just serving it with a big side salad because tomorrow night we have something that this would go good with, so we're just gonna have the rest of the salad tomorrow. I've got all the fixings out that everybody loves, and then I found this baguette on the clearance rack at Walmart for 70 cents, I think it was, instead of $1. So I went ahead and picked it up. This is a lot, so I am going to be freezing the rest. Maybe I'll keep a little bit out in the fridge, and then the rest I'll put in a freezer bag, and it'll already be ready for us for another meal. But I always love having bread and butter with mashed potatoes. I don't know, it just sounded good. And my mashed potatoes tonight turned out a little bit runny. I did make them in the Instant Pot, and I took a few out for Paige so she could put her vegan butter and vegan sour cream in hers, but I didn't adjust the measurement of the milk and butter that I put in ours. So they are a little creamy, but that's okay. And we've got a little turkey gravy on top. This is what we are having with our home style crock pot pork chops for dinner. Okay guys, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Dinner definitely didn't turn out as planned, but it was still good the next day, as you could see. So I hope you try this recipe out. Let me know what you thought of it. So I wanted to go ahead and add in a little bit extra. If you guys watched last Friday's video, you already know what's going on, but I am going to give back to you guys this holiday season for the rest of the year. I've got several things for y'all. So in this series, my dogs see something outside. In this series, I'm going to be giving back a crock pot and an Instant Pot. So make sure, if you want to enter the giveaway, that you are watching every Croctober video this month and that you are commenting. Whatever kind of comment you want that has to do with that video works with me. Good luck to all of you. I am going to be just re-explaining just a little bit here and there on every single video just to keep that fresh in your mind. But I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I will be announcing the winner on the very last video for Croctober, which will be Friday, October 30th. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.